too, you will find Shalom Aleichem. And I hope you're going to sing with me. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharet, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malchei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Noachem, Noachem LeShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malchei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni, Baruchuni LeShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malchei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. צאתכם, צאתכם לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון. מי מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, הקדוש ברוך הוא, הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
It's wonderful to be back to celebrate another Shabbat with everyone here at UH, whether you're here joining us in person or, as I like to say, joining us through the magic of the internet. It is a wonderful opportunity for us to come together into community, do a little bit of singing, a little bit of praying, and really just to be here with one another on Shabbat. And this Shabbat we begin, as we do every week, by lighting our candles and saying our Kiddush. And this evening, I invite forward Lisa and Michael Tenenbaum to help lead us in our candles and Kiddush. We begin on page 120.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Asher Kiddishanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Please rise.
Just the English. Okay. And there was evening and there was morning, the sixth day. The heaven and earth were finished in all their array. On the seventh day, God finished the work that God had been doing. And God ceased on the seventh day from all the work that God had done. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because on it God ceased from all the work of creation that God had done.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddeshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodesho be'ahava uvr'ratzon hinchilanu, zikaron l'maaseh bereshit, ki hu yom techila lemikrai kodesh,
L'chaim. You may be seated. Thank you so much, Lisa and Michael. With that great deep voice, I was like, you need to be an announcer somewhere. I really, really appreciated it. So that's all I could be thinking there. One of the wonderful things that we at United Hebrew are very, very lucky to have is to continue to participate in our Shnat Shirut, our Shin program, through which Israeli young people get to come and become a part of our community. And we're very lucky this year to have Ophir here helping connect us to our Jewish homeland, to the land of Israel, but also just reminding us of the importance of Jewish peoplehood. And so I'm very excited to invite Ophir back up to our bima for another of his Devar Israel to share a little bit of himself with us this Shabbat.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Finally, all the living hostages are back. 2 weeks ago, I stood here and said that I hope that I could come tonight and begin with, "It's finally over, all the hostages are back." But the reality is that there are still 13 hostages still in Gaza, their families waiting to bring them home for burial in Israel. Since the announcement of the ceasefire, Hamas has broken it a few times, even killing 2 IDF soldiers, causing Israel to break the ceasefire as well. But it is still holding on, even if by a threat. Israelis are all so happy that no one is still suffering and held alive in Gaza. But we can't forget about the bodies that are still there. In a week, I'm going back to Israel for my brother's wedding, and I'm so excited to see my family and my friends after these 2 months here in St. Louis. Since my arrival, thanks to my host mom, Simcha Lori, I have experienced and paid a lot of attention to bar mitzvah and bat mitzvah and weddings. And there is a big difference between here and in Israel. Simcha even took me to see one of her weddings, and it was so cool. The difference between here and in Israel is mainly in the locations of the events. In Israel, most of the time, the wedding ceremony, the chuppah, is outside in a big garden at the place of celebration. But the biggest difference is that in Israel, the phases of the wedding ceremony go faster. But it's probably because we, as Israelis, don't like to wait. And please, rabbis, don't be offended. All the jokes that the rabbi is doing at the chuppah during the ceremony are just the same. They are like dead jokes, and even in Israel, we laugh only, so it will not be unpleasant. And and you're probably wondering what the difference is between the bar and bat mitzvahs, and wow, there is a big difference. First of all, in Israel, girls don't read from the Torah, but girls generally have bigger parties than the boys. Most of the Israeli boys, when they have a bar mitzvah, don't do a big party, but they do what is called Shabbat Chatan. Shabbat Chatan, it's when all the extended family gather together for a weekend and celebrate 2 days together. Also, a lot of boys, just like me, do the Torah reading at the Western Wall. But don't do big parties like here in the United States. Here in the United States, everything is just bigger. Sometimes even think it is ridiculous how big they are, like a huge arch. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? I wanted to end by saying that despite the ceasefire agreement, things are not that easy, and there are still 13 hostages in Gaza, and it will not be over until everyone is back. Thank you, and Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you so much, Ophir. I think one of the beauties about the Devar Israel that you just gave us was you exemplified how the serious, somber pieces of everything that's going on in Israel right now and how we're still waiting for the 13 hostages to be returned, that is something that Israelis have been holding for 2 years and still are holding. And yet throughout all of this, and even now, there have been these moments of maintaining and continuing to live life, of still getting married like you're going to in a couple of weeks, and for your older brother, right? Yeah, and so for that, your celebrations like that, and it's so powerful that we can hold those emotions together. It's so hard to at times, but it is one of the credits to us as human beings of being able to hold on to that complexity, and one of the powers and strengths of Israel throughout this whole 2 years of war and of waiting for the hostages to return. And so holding both of those is what we continue to do. It's why we continue to light the third candle that we have been lighting now for over 2 years, of course. And so thank you for continuing to share that with us. And as we are here on Shabbat, we also welcome in this day of celebration, this day of rest, and we do so by singing Lecha Dodi, which can be found on page 138.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat mekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat mekabela. Shamor וזכור בדיבור אחד,
remain standing as we turn to page 146 for our call to worship, the Baruch Hu.
Baruch Hu et Adonai
And on the top of page 149, we read together, Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. And on page 150. From God's love to us to the watchword of our faith, Shema Yisrael, on page 152.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Adonai,
please be seated. And we turn to page 157 as we read responsively. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea. And so we sing that song that our ancestors sang so long ago, Mi Chamocha, on page 158.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha ne'edar b'kodesh, mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha ne'edar b'kodesh. Adonai, who is like you, Adonai? When Moses and the children crossed the sea, they sang to you with songs of joy. Who is like you, Adonai? Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha ne'edar b'kodesh, mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha ne'edar b'kodesh.
As we turn to page 160, we come to this prayer, Hashkivenu, that asks God to watch over us as we lie down and wake up to life renewed. And so we sing this evening prayer for protection, for peace, together on page 160.
Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Spread the shelter. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom. Save us for the sake of your name. shield us from hatred, sorrow and pain. Hashkifeinu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamideinu shomreinu לחיים, לחיים, לחיים,
We turn to page 164 for the Tefillah, our Amidah, and as I invite you to rise, if you are able, I read from the top of the opposite page. Pray as if everything depended on God. Act as if everything depended on you.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. 166. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avoteinu ve'imoteinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. Page 168. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומיתו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה הכל. Page 170. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
You may be seated. And we'll turn in our prayer books to page 177. And as we come to the end of our week, as we take a breath and welcome in Shabbat, so too do we use this as an opportunity to count our blessings, to be thankful. And so as we look to the top of page 177, we take a moment and just think about something in our week, something that was good, even if a small thing for which we can be grateful on this Shabbat. And we join together. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha na'eh lehodot. And as we come to our prayer for peace, I'm going to ask you to actually go into the morning service and go to page 259. This Shabbat, it is Parshat Noach, which we always, I think, like to think of as a happy Torah portion. There's an ark, there's an animal, there's a rainbow, there's a dove. What's not to love about this Torah portion? And yet it actually is a sophisticated Torah portion with a lot of deep things running through it. And this week I happened to read a teaching by Dr. Michal Beton, and it was a very powerful lesson about the rainbow. And I know so often when we see that rainbow in the sky, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And why is it there? It's a promise from God not to destroy people or the earth again. And yet one of the things that she talks about is that maybe when we see that rainbow or we took that promise, we didn't realize that there was actually work to do with that promise. Yes, it was God's message that God was not going to destroy the earth again, but it didn't mean that there was automatically going to be righteousness, peace, and goodness in the world. God didn't promise that with the rainbow. But I think what she talks about is that Noah saw that rainbow and was like, great, I've done my job, I'm out, I can rest comfortably. And yet, that's not how life works. That part of what is meant, even as she talks about moving next week towards Abraham, is that being part of the covenant, being in relationship with God, taking the promise of not destroying the earth again, is about being in partnership, recognizing that there's still going to be struggle. And peace, if you've ever studied Musar with me, and we've talked about peace, once we get to peace, that's not supposed to be an enlightened state that we just sit in like Noah and go, I'm out, I've reached it. Because we're always still having to work. We're having to work for it. And so at the top of page 259, I looked at these words again, and this, I will tell you, is often a prayer for peace that we hear on Shabbat morning because the Bar Bat Mitzvah student loves to pick this reading for their younger sibling to read just because of the word oughtn't. They think it's funny that they have to read that word. But if you think about Noah, if you think about the promise of that rainbow, and I would take away the word promise because I think it's about hope. It's a reminder of the work that we need to do. And I'll add to it a teaching that some of the rabbis gave, that rainbow in the sky is a promise, but there is a Talmudic story that talks about how during the life, and I forget which rabbi it was, during his life there was never a rainbow in the sky because he was so good and the world was so good. They didn't need to be reminded that God was not going to destroy the earth. And so then the rabbis say, maybe that rainbow in the sky is a reminder of, watch yourselves. I see you. I'm not going to destroy the earth, but you're not as good as you should be. So it's an interesting way to think about that rainbow. But think about these words as we join together in this prayer for peace. We oughtn't pray for what we've never known and humanity has never known. Unbroken peace, unmixed blessing. No. Better to pray for pity, for indignation, discontent, the will to see and touch, the power to do good and make new. Baruch atah Adonai, hamivarech et amo Yisrael, bashalom. a reminder that peace is in our hands because we work to make it happen and to bring it. And so now we turn in our prayer books, we turn to page 377 as we join together at the bottom of the page with a prayer for the state of Israel. O Heavenly One, protector and redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love. Spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Amen. And we turn in our prayer books to page 371. So we turn our hearts and our thoughts to those in our community, our friends, our loved ones, those who are in need of healing. And if you are thinking of someone who is in need of healing tonight, be it a physical, spiritual, emotional healing, I ask you please to rise. And together we will call their names aloud, sending them towards the heavens with our prayers. You may be seated. And we ask that God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit as we join together in the middle of the page with our Misha Berach for healing. Take a moment for silent and personal prayer.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Welcome to all of you, and welcome to those of us joining us on live stream. My name is Cheryl Bauer, and I'm past president of United Hebrew. We have a few announcements. Tomorrow here at UH, we'll have Torah study at 8:45 a.m. in the Spielberg Chapel and also on Zoom. Also tomorrow morning will be the bar mitzvah of Max Oberman at 10 o'clock in the Millstone Sanctuary and also on live stream. We wish a hearty mazel tov to Max and his family. Upcoming events, please join us as Rabbi Rosenberg has her Ani Ma'amin program. It's on Sundays for a monthly conversation. You can come to one session, you can come to all the sessions. Everybody is welcome. I hope that you'll plan on coming. The first session is this Sunday, October 26th at 9:30 a.m. in the Spielberg Chapel, and the theme is Conversation, Community, and Tradition. The annual Interfaith Concert, presented by Arts and Faith St. Louis, will be at the Sheldon Concert Hall at 4 p.m. on this Sunday, October 26th. Our own Cantor Richmond and David Cohen will be presenting the Jewish faith and will perform David's original piece. That will be beautiful, not to be missed. Please come and enjoy this wonderful music from different local faith groups. Also, join us for Maimonides' 13 Principles Essential to Jewish Faith, Ani Me'amin, our annual theme with Rabbi Rosenberg. You can choose from evening or afternoon classes. The next class will be this Tuesday, October 28th at 2 p.m. or 6:30 p.m. That will be very good, so don't plan on that, for sure. How about a trip to Israel? After what we just heard from Ophir, it will be a wonderful opportunity. If you're interested in going on an intergenerational trip, please contact Rabbi Rosenberg. These events, our services, our programs, and everything that goes on here at UH is available in our Sunday e-blast, our digital bulletin, on our online calendar. Please visit our website for this information as well as additional programs that are coming up here at UH. We appreciate our tech team for what they do every week and for so many different occasions. Thank you very much for your help. And also, please access the website or call the office for gift shop hours. Shabbat Shalom.
And I realized that last week, I forgot to acknowledge that we were coming into a new month this week. And even though technically we should have blessed it last Shabbat, I think we can still say a blessing for the new month this Shabbat. Cheshvan, or sometimes called Mar Cheshvan, the bitter month of Cheshvan, although Jewish clergy don't see it as a bitter month. It is the only month on the Jewish calendar without a holiday other than Shabbat. So it's a blessed month, so that's why we should say extra blessings. But on page 379, we'll rise. Our God and God of our ancestors, may this new month of Cheshvan, which began on Wednesday, bring us goodness and blessing. May we have long life, peace, prosperity, a life exalted by love of Torah and reverence for the divine, a life in which the longings of our hearts are fulfilled for good. To that we say, Amen. And we turn to page 586 as we join together with Aleinu.
לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. Page 591. ונאמר והיה
There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light, long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. This Shabbat, we are in the period of Shloshim, the first 30 days of mourning, for Norma Cherry, Lisa Schneider-Fabus, Goldie Cray, Marion Levy, Herbert Herb Sobelman. This week, this Shabbat, we observe the yahrzeits and we lovingly remember Harry Alter, Gottlieb B. Barkin, Dr. Arnold S. Block, Maurice S. Brash, Reuben L. Brilliant, Meyer Bronson, Rose Cherry, Dorothy Cohen, Kate Cohn, Lillian DeWaskin, Bernice Essman, Kenneth Samuel Fadum, William Fink, Isidore Fischlowitz, Gordon Fixman, Irma R. Gersman, Sonia Gilbert, Etta Glazer, Paul Goldberg, Janet Goldblum, Gloria Ellens Goldstein, Emil Green, Bertha Greenberg, Annie Hafner, Alfred Hirsch, Ruth K. Himes, Barry Eichen, David Jacobson, Lydia Jacobson, Reva Jaffe, Mrs. Bet Reagan Jasper, Isidore Katz, Stanley Katz, Marilyn Feldman Kreisman, Max Landau, Arnold Lerman, Frida Sirks Lewis, Harry Lipschitz, Dr. Stanley F. Mayer, Philip Merriam, Albert Mayer, Edward C. Meyer, Louis Muchnick, Sylvia Eichen Pearl, Norman A. Peskin, Patricia Platzelman, Robert Potashnik, M.D., Rose K. Rains, Jeffrey Raymond, Nathan S. Raymond, Abraham Rothstein, Ben Satz, Paul Schneider, Ruth Schwartz, Evelyn Seligman, Jerome Shainman, Clara S. Simon, Abraham Slupsky, James Douglas Smith, Francis Spiegelman, Noni Simons, Ben F. Turner, Gustav A. Vittert, Rosa Weil, Lori Beth Weintraub, Ida Weiss, Malcolm G. Weiss, Bessie Weitzman, Morris Wexler, Samuel Wiley. If one of these loved ones is yours, I invite you to rise so that we may recognize the memory of your loved one. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be a blessing. I now invite everyone to please rise and stand with our mourners for Kaddish Yatom, the Mourner's Kaddish, on page 598. Yit gadal ve'yit kadash shemei rabbah. Be'alma divra chirute v'yamlich malchute. B'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chaye d'chol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala uvizman kariv ve'imru. Amen. Yehe shemei rabba mevarach le'olam molmei almaya. Yit barach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yit hadar, v'yit aleh, v'yit halal, shemei dekudasha barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiram be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehe shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, Hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru. Amen. And as Ophir reminded us, as Rabbi Reinhardt reminded us, that even when there is sadness or even when there is seriousness, we can also hold on to joy. And so this evening, our closing song will be our benediction, because it is long enough to be a benediction and a closing song. As we keep Parshat Noach in mind, And some of you may remember this from your years at summer camp or religious school. Please join us.
Okay, I had to call some reinforcement for this, so I really hope everybody will sing with us. Rise and shine and give God your glory, glory. Rise and shine and give God your glory, glory. Rise and shine and give God your glory, glory, children of the Lord. The Lord said to Noah, there's gonna be a floody, floody. The Lord said to Noah, there's gonna be a floody, floody. Get those children out of the muddy, muddy, children of the Lord. So rise and shine. So rise and shine and give God your glory, glory. Rise and shine and give God your glory, glory. Rise and shine and give God your glory, glory, children of the Lord. So Noah, he built Bye.